So I would like to talk about this word now, beam. Okay? Know what it means today? Okay? But before we go into detail here, have a look at that. You know, what do those things have in common? Well, they're all beams. They are, but one beam, if you like, doesn't exist anymore. They were very fast. Okay, I will talk about that. Yeah. They're all beams. So what about this word and what can we learn from it? Again, Aito, the etymological dictionary here, which I quite like, okay, who says about beam. In Old English times, the word beam, like modern German Baum, here we go, meant tree. Okay, but already before the year 1000, the extended meanings we are familiar with today, piece of timber and ray of light, had started to develop. And the thing of ray of light, particularly in the context of modern science fiction, of course, has become the predominant meaning today. Yeah? A ray of light. But the word originally meant tree. Okay. So, yes, and what actually happened, if you go back here, what I just said, the original meaning, tree, died out, and the other two meanings, timber, piece of timber, and ray of light, or something like this, they still exist. And I would like to have a closer look at that. Let's try an explanation for this shift of meaning. Try an explanation. You can always try, because we don't know for certain. We only have literary texts. I talked about that. Okay. A tree changed into the meaning of, now we apply the OED, a large piece of squared timber, long in proportion to its breadth and thickness, such as is used in house or shipbuilding, where beams form important parts of the structure. Originally the squared timber of a whole tree, but now used without any such restriction. So there's the OED, okay, referring beam to timber. Okay, so from tree to timber, it must have gone that way, and this is easy to see. Okay, that we can still make sense of that because there is a certain metonymic relationship. Yeah, I will talk about metaphors and metonymies later on, but only metonymic means there is a contiguity. Yeah, somehow the one concept is part of the other, if you like. Yeah, an association between two concepts, and you can easily see that there is an association between a tree and a tree trunk, and then timber, of course. So, yeah, metonymic, the timber is taken from the trunk of the tree. Yeah, contiguity, and therefore metonymic. Okay, metonymy. Here we go. So you have the tree, and its metonymy or metonymic correspondence. A piece of timber. So it must have gone this way. Tree first, and then tree turning into timber. Okay, and then the second is, of course, then from timber we must come to this meaning we have very prominently in modern science fiction, I said that, ray of light. Okay. And this is probably a metaphorical relationship this time, because is there a similarity between a squared piece of timber, if you like, and a ray of light? Well, there is. You see, the similarity. Similarity is metaphor. Okay, two things are similar. So, ray of light on the right-hand side and pieces of timber, and well, you can make it out. Okay, that you could refer to this ray of light, first of all, metaphorically, okay, as a piece of, like a piece of timber, comes down from heaven through the clouds, probably, something like that. Okay, so yes, this must have been the route it took. Tree, first meaning, as in German Baum, we still have this meaning. It's the same word. Baum still means tree in German. I said that German mostly is more conservative as far as meaning is concerned, or meanings are concerned. The metonymic relation to timber, and then a metaphor. And this timber turned into rain. But this is only half of the explanation. We always have to ask ourselves, why did the meaning of beam as tree die out? It doesn't exist anymore. Not in English. You say tree. If you say beam, I mean, nobody would associate that with a plant, living plant today. And yes, if you research further, there is evidence that tree was originally associated with one particular kind of tree, namely the oak, Germanic oak. Oak's very important in Germanic thinking, mythology, and so on. And then the meaning was generalized, probably even at a time when the Anglo-Saxons were still in contact with the Germans. On the other side, because in German it means, beam, Baum means any tree in German today. So meaning generalized, and then you suddenly had two words denoting the same thing, tree and beam. And this is mostly languages don't like that, and and you will see this mechanism at work on and on in the course. We will refer to this very often, that if two words become too similar in their meaning, one of them might go and change its meaning, probably becoming more specialized. You will see that later on, shirt and skirts, okay, we're the same ones and then they specialize. Okay, things like that. Becoming more specialized probably, or better or worse, or denoting something completely different. Anyway, the original meaning of beam died out because it was in direct competition with tree, who took over. Okay, then only the other two meanings remained. Okay, piece of timber and ray of light. So conclusion to what I said so far by way of introduction. So words change their meanings over time. Okay, this is trivial by now. I would like to talk very briefly about the objective of this course once again. I would like here to trace, classify, and explain semantic changes in English, okay, and in a way identify certain mechanisms at work, which are usually cultural, something like this. I would also like, in the beginning at least, to concentrate on the Germanic word horde. Very nice, Germanic word, word horde. To concentrate on the Germanic word horde, because why do I do this? Because most of the scholars today who do English semantics think English is a Romance language, or behave as if it were, taking all these loads and loads of French words and then with calques and loan words and trying to find out how they... but still, I mean, the basic vocabulary in English is still very Germanic, and I would like to go there. Okay, and this means that I also will include a comparative approach. So comparing it to those languages most kin to English. This would be obviously contemporary German, but also Dutch. Never forget Dutch, which is in certain respects even closer to English than modern German is. The two most closely. Frisian, probably, but no, that's very marginal. Okay, and I also want to say that I would like to take on a scholarly approach, scholarly, and avoid sensationalism. Most of the books written about not many of the books, not most, but many of the books written about historical semantics, which sell a lot these days, are very much sensationalist, like that one here. Good read, the Etymologicon by Mark Forsyth, very unscholarly, very good read, but he's very sensationalist. I mean, things like yes, test, ultimately derives from testicle. Oh, great, oh right, So if you write a test, okay, you writing a testicle. Male sexual organ. Or assassin derives from hashish or something like this. Okay. Or even I reread it just the other day, that science and shit share the same origin. Great. Okay. Yeah. All right. So if you study science, you study shit. Okay. Yeah. Does that bring us any further? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. Although I will try some sensational, probably, just for the fun of it. But this should not be the objective. Yes, of these kind of books. It is. This is why they sell so well. Did you know that shit? Shall I say more? Or that you're writing a testicle today? Doesn't have to. Okay. Right. Okay. So you probably know what to expect in this course, and I hope stay tuned. Okay. You learn a lot. Okay. So wait for more to come.